A Rasa, right? ராசா ரைட் ஷேரிங் கம்பெனி ARASA.ca என்ற இணையதளத்துக்கு சென்று A Rasa டிரைவர்ஸ் ஆப்பினை டவுன்லோட் செய்து டிரைவர்ஸாக வேலை வாய்ப்பை பெறுங்கள். மாதாந்தம் $4000 வரை சம்பாதியுங்கள். வணிக நிறுவனங்கள் A Rasa இணையதளத்தின் மூலம் மளிகைப் பொருட்கள் மற்றும் உணவுப் பொருட்களை விற்பதோடு வாடிக்கையாளர்களுக்கு டெலிவரி செய்யலாம். தமிழில் தகவல்களை அறியாளையுங்கள். GTA பற்றி 40 ஆண்டுகள் அறிந்து கொண்டவரும் வீடு விற்பனை துறை ஊடாக மக்களால் அறியப்பட்டவருமான சிவா பிள்ளை. 416-854-0005. Taxi broker licensed by City of Toronto.
Recording in progress.
March and April, we took advantage on that. This one is to both sides. I was engaged with the other business and little busy. But at the same time, you guys also hearing a different tone and the different thoughts and everything from other person. All these credits goes to Kana. He arranged it very hardly and he did everything for last 2 months. And I was doing my the coffee meeting was in the evening, but I don't not the evenings. Not everybody have enough time to come in Wednesday evenings. Then again, we are back to normal schedule right now. I'm going to have this Zoom, and we are going to hire some people to do it on the different things. He just was talking to me, and in few weeks time I'm going to do it. After that, when we hire somebody and give you guys more knowledge about the industry as well as whatever the training you guys need it. Okay. Basically, I send the message today as a knowledge building site. Before that one, as usual, our 10 minutes time, we give the chance for everybody to come and join. In this case, again, the same question I'm going to ask, even though the question is just one question, that's an important question. Our $1 million question. Okay, are we making our target? Are we making our target? And what we had to do, to make our success, make our money. What is our goal? How much money we want to make this year? This is nobody else going to control us other than us. Anything in our life, we are the only control for us. In this case, our members, if we are doing good, and you are success and you are doing good, just keep continue whatever you're doing it. But if you feel, I always feel like we don't, some trainers might say, you have to come out from the comfort zone and you have to push yourself. I do not agree all the time. If we are making money, if we are doing good, you can stay in your comfort zone and then you can balance your life and you can make more money. But if you are not making money, but you have to find a way to pay. There are again, the first 10 minutes, I repeat every day the same thing. I understand. You guys might feel, why Selva repeating the same thing? But this is an important concept. Why we are not success? Only one thing. We have enough information. One of the time in our life, we don't have much information. Very hard to get information. Now, information is there. In the smartphone is there. Just one click, everything is there. But are we using that information? Whatever we need, only way to get success, guys. No matter what, anything you can talk. Daily schedule, daily planning. Whatever your thoughts is really good. First, you have to think about it. Your success and everything. Yes. Second thing, you have to implement. Implementation is going to give you daily activities, daily planning, daily activities. If you don't have a daily planning, even though we have smart enough and we have all the ideas in our set, we had to do it. Otherwise, buying the book is not going to help us. We had to read it. Printing the flyers is not going to give us more clients. We had to go everyday basis and we had to throw it out. Daily planning, daily planning, daily planning. You make your schedule every single day. What are you going to do? That's the only one going to give us. That's the only one going to give us success from the morning and the night. I'm not telling you to schedule yourself as a machine, but at the same time, we don't want to forget about real estate. If we are, especially the full-time employee, you go to full-time job and coming back and you focus everything else. Morning, at least you had to do certain time real estate marketing. Evening also, you had to look at the MLS and you had to know the data, what is going on today's market. You don't want to hear from the newspapers. You are a real estate agent. You don't want to hear from Financial Post. For the real estate industry, what's happening in the real estate industry? We are the one got to tell the newspapers, media, and everything what is going on in the real estate market. Yesterday, the content posted on behalf of the office for the real estate market. Please read those ones and keep the information in your hand. What is happening in the market? That's very, very important. Every single day before you go to bed, please log on the MLS and see the different market. Go to C1 and see the condos, leasing and how the rental condo market is going up and down for the rental purpose. And look at your area. If you are living in Brampton, you look at Brampton. If you are living in Ajax or living in York region, every single day, please half an hour spend and see how many new listings are coming up and how many new listings are how fast the listing are selling, how many days the listing are in the market. Plus, every single one of you must have the plan. How we are going to get the clients other than our uncle and auntie or relatives come and buy from us. That's forget about that one. That's only handful. You can sell only one or two in every other year. But we had to. The known peoples are very little. Unknown peoples are huge and big. No one is competing us. We are the only. We had to work hard and get more clients from everywhere. Okay. For example, I'm going to repeat again. Our pillars, friends and family, center of influence. That's one of the smaller one. We have it everyday basis. We are working on it. Database follow-up is very, very important. Every single one of you must have the database and you have to give the information to others. Give first free something. Give your information free to others. If you give the information, that's going to help you. The clients understand when they start to read, not about real estate market or no negative messages, only for the what's going on the economy today. Group of people like to see what's going in the economy, interest rate changes, inflations, and the wages changes, how it's going to affect. At least every 15 days you can do that one. Every 15th of the month you can send out your the database group. They will start to follow you. I know some people are coming and singing songs. They're thinking they are very good singers, and people are following their songs. In this case, we are real estate agent. We are giving the economic. We are living in the country. We are giving the economic news. Definitely, you will get followers. If we start to put the, I am not talking about the social medias. Even though your email contacts and your contacts information, you must do it. Create the database, and based on the market situation, today's the market is moving from seller's market to balanced market. It's a very good market right now to target the buyers. To target the buyers, very good market. Then you had to learn how to target the buyers. The people was waiting all this time, they are going to be the buyers. Again, the first start of this session, your daily planning is important. Make a schedule and do your plan. Do your daily plan. Wake up time and you exercise and you bring your knowledge up. Motivate yourself and focus. That's what I would say. The first 10 minutes, million dollar question time. Okay, I get the message this morning. One of the new agents sent the message, Selva, I know you have a schedule to teach today, but at the same time, I'm a new agent. I joined only 3 weeks ago. I was waiting until you come back to the training side. I have sorry guys, maybe it's a senior agents who is here. maybe it's going to be a little bit boring for you, but at the same time, his message, he really wants to know. He have a license. He got the license 3 weeks ago. What is the next step to do? Definitely, I'm going to cover 10 minutes for that one. That maybe is good for you guys to think back what you guys did when you started. Okay. All right. Answer his question. I have a license 3 weeks ago. What is the next step to do? Yes. What is the next step to do? You have to promote yourself as a real estate salesperson. We have to promote yourself as a real estate salesperson. The promoting way for yourself as a real estate salesperson in two ways, two major method. One-way communication, other one is two-way communication. Based on you, for example, one-way communication means you are spreading out to the people who you know or the people you doesn't know either. You become as a realtor. That's a good one. That means if you are spreading the one-way communication, you don't get the feedback from others for your business. For example, if you go and tell somebody, I got the license, I became as a real estate salesperson, what the answer you want to hear? Congratulations, good luck. The next property I'll buy from you, or else I refer you one client. You are not going to get from everybody. In that case, just to inform them, you become a real estate agent rather than getting the comments from others. Okay, just one-way communication. The social media is the best platform. Social media is the best platform. You can inform the peoples you know, and maybe based on your setup of social medias, who is going to see it. You can make it open for everybody, and you can introduce. But if you want to get a nice picture with the home life logos and everything set up in the office training center, you can come and pick the picture and start with the social medias and one-way communication side. Okay. Second one, you had to introduce yourself with the two-way communication side. Two-way communication side, when you introduce what you need, the first thing you need, your business card. Then you had to make a business card. I'm talking about whoever joined a little bit late. One of the salesperson asked me, he have a license only 3 weeks ago. How can he introduce and get into all the business? That's what I'm going through another 10 minutes, guys. First, I said the one-way communication. Go get the nice pictures with the logo and everything. We have logo and everything in the training center, and put it in the social medias. Second thing, you're going to introduce yourself. When you are introducing yourself, you need to have something in your hand. That's called the business card. When you go to the business card, spend some time with the card. The business card is like when you apply for the job, you making the resumes. When you make the resume, just one look, the managers going to see, oh, this resume looks good. The font of the letters, color of the paper, and the format. What is the message you are giving up front? So similar to that one, your business card supposed to be look good. Everybody is different. Some people like the right pictures, left pictures, middle pictures, with your family pictures. Whatever the way you want to do it, that's your own way to do. But make the business card nicely. Spend a little bit more time and plan it. And if somebody there are lots of agents out there. If somebody want to keep your business card, you have to give some values with the business card. Again, my word, if you are giving the business card, if you want to give the business card to somebody, they want to keep it in your pocket. Out of 60,000-70,000 real estate agents and Toronto Real Estate Board alone, they want to keep your business card. They have to give some values in the business card. The values mean at least back of the card. Back of the card, you can put some values. Those days, nowadays, late 90s, we always make the calendars. Now, the business card come with a calendar. In that case, if somebody wants to see the calendar, they keep the card. Nowadays, calendar is everything. Just a Google. Every phone has the calendar. But still, you can do, for example, if you are selling the house in Markham, York region, garbage pickup, numbers. Or as York region, hydro numbers. York region, if you are in the York region, if you are in the Durham region, if you are in the Toronto different region, but at least the phone numbers, that's also can be get it from the phones, but still it helps. Somebody might keep it, oh, there are good numbers are there. Or else you can put the mortgage calculation. Anything else you can, rather than the card, leave it blank. You can do those one. That's mean at least you are giving some values to somebody else. Okay, you can go. Home Life franchise, it was very famous few years ago. We give the free phone card. The business card come with a free phone card, 30 minutes free in Canada and US, long distance card. Nowadays, look, the phone cards are cheap right now. All the phones getting free phone Wi-Fi is WhatsApp and other things are we are getting the free phones. But at the same time, anything you can make it. The card give some attention for the business card. Second thing, daily schedule. I already said that one. Clans base and database. I already started with this one in the before this training. You had to have a database. Every new agent, you had to set up the database. You are center of influence and people who you know. At least make a schedule. I want to add one person new in our database. In that case, 6 months, you will have 160, 80 people. Doesn't matter. Only 5% read is enough for you. You are not expecting everybody going to read your emails. Do that one. Create the database. Create the database is very, very easy. Computers are very easy. Now you have to spend some time. Even Gmail 250 regular emails you can send it per day. In that case, group us different peoples and send it out different days for the different topic for the different group of peoples. The database is important. And as a new agent, the question is the new agent. I'm new, but I'm going to do the next step. After you make the business card, what do you have to do? You have to find a friend or family member. You have to find a friend or family member, and you have to feel like the family member or friend is a buyer. Again, after you make the credit card, after you make the business card, find your friend or any family member who can help you and make an appointment and go and visit the houses before you get your real buyer. Real buyers, when the buyer come in, you don't need to test out the buyer and lose the deal. Go with your friend, family member, and see the houses. When you start to see the houses, you will learn a lot of things in the house. House development in Toronto. Just 2 minutes, I tell you, house development in Toronto. The started with Kingston Road and close to downtown, but even still you can see 100-year-old bungalows and 1.5 story. You don't see anywhere else 1.5 story. Either bungalows, small bungalows, or 1.5 story. Where you can see Danforth Avenue, Kingston Road, South, those areas. But those are more expensive than other areas because close to downtown. If you come north from the Lake Ontario or Kingston Road, Lawrence Avenue, all are bungalows. All are straight bungalows, Lawrence Avenue with the nice lots and everything. The regular bungalows, most of them is a separate entrance bungalow. If you move to Ellesmere Road, what are you going to see? The bungalows, split bungalows, because become richer place, become rich, and they built in 1960s. Where the properties built in 1960s, they rather than the regular bungalow, they split the bungalows and make the split bungalows. It's nice. It's very nice to live in two families and stuff. That's you can see in Ellesmere. But the reason I'm telling you, different areas, different houses. If you move to Shepherd, you know that. But then Finch Avenue and Steeles Avenue, Major Mackenzie, you go north and go east from the 401. Go east, but you can see the new houses and everything. The reason I'm telling you this one, as a brand new agent, the only way you can get experience, make an appointment and go with your friend, our family member, and be you. Don't wait until clients come and don't think I don't have I don't know what to do. You have lots of things to do after business card. Every single day, go 3-4 houses and see different areas, luxury houses. Even though listed 3 million, 4 million, just go and see, and you will enjoy. You have to start to enjoy those ones. Okay. The next one for the listing side. Visit the open houses. If the summer time started, plus 14, 15 right now is the best time. Pandemic is over. Everybody is starting the open houses. As a new agent, don't stay home and say, I don't have any clients to sell. I don't know what to do. Just get out from the gas and go out and park the car in open houses. And if you go and see the open houses, you have a homework to do. You are not going to the zoo to see the animals. You are a professional salesperson going to see the open houses. You want to follow the same way. Then what you have to do as a brand new agent, when you go to the open houses, collect the feature sheets. What kind of feature sheets you like. In that case, whenever you want to do open house, you can do the same thing. Okay. And when you go to open house, see where the agent parked the car, whether he parked the luxury car in the driveway and showing off, or he parked the car on the side and let the people, whoever the visitors come, they can park the car in the driveway. Just to watch everything. And when you go, before you ring the bell, open the door and see whether the door is open or he's still the agent close the door and standing inside. When you go inside, see the registry. What kind of registry they have? They asking you to sign the registry up front when you go, or else after you see the house when you are leaving. When he asks you to sign the registry for your name for the open house visitors. And inside, see the inside what they are giving you. So some people having a coffee, some people having a candies, even donuts, and are they have anything? What kind of setup is there in the open house? And whether lights are on or lights off, and you on the lights and go inside. You can look everything very sharply. Is there any virtual tour? Music is going on in the house. And if you are going to see the property, whether the salesperson is following you or let you go and see the property. As a brand new agent, every little things are unique. Every little things nobody going to tell you. You have to watch it. You have to observe. 100% observation. You are doing it because you are going to see the open house. When you see everything, you can understand. If somebody agent come and explain to you, how do you feel, and he let you go yourself. How do you feel? And everything you mark it as make a note and keep it for yourself. When you want to do open houses, this is the way I want to do. This agent behave really nice. This feature sheets is good. Some feature sheets only you can see the picture and the real estate agent big picture smiling face. But some of the features here you can see what is a school nearby, what is the buses driving this area, 24 hours buses, and the school is up to grade 6 or grade 8. Where is the high school located? More information maybe in the feature sheets. You can make a note and you can collect those ones. In that case, that's a way to learn. As a brand new agent, you ask me about this one. These are very important. And next to that one, your dress code. Yes, dress code is very, very, very important because we are salespeople. We have to have a dress code. And last 20 years, I could say, last 20 years, dress code in North America, no more tie, and it's changing it. But salespeople are salespeople. You have to focus a dress code. It's like a military discipline we had to have. Police cannot wear the civil cloth and say, I am a policeman. Policeman supposed to have the police cloth. Army supposed to have the army cloth. That's the way it's supposed to be. As a salesperson, you had to identify yourself with the clothing. The shorts and colorful t-shirt, like a Bahamas beach dress, doesn't work for the salesperson at this stage. You have to have a dress code is very important. Dress code is very, very important dress code. And the way to talk. Get some nice vocabularies to talk. For example, real estate. Nobody's limiting the vocabularies, for example. At the same time, think about McDonald's or even Tim Hortons, the basic salary people are working with the grade 10 education. What they're doing, when you go there, they're telling you, good morning, or welcome to Tim Hortons or welcome to McDonald's. So there are certain words, that training they have. But with the real estate agent, when you answer the phone, you can't answer the phone like your mom and dad or sisters and brothers calls. You had to have some vocabulary. You had to have some good way of manner. Set up the phone in a different tones. Your friends and families one tone, and the unknown people is going to call you for the business purpose a different tone. The expensive phones, we all have it. There are lots of features are there. We can set it up, and you identify the callers and separate it. And these are the one is important. And he asked me one more question. I quickly go and move on to other one. Do I need to buy a new car? Can I deduct the vehicle expenses? Yes, first you make money, then we can think about the expenses and deduct the expenses. Don't worry about too much about the expenses right now. First make money. Expenses give you happiness. Money is the one important. Make money first. Okay, just answer your question. Car expenses, yes, you can claim because real estate is a business. I'm not 100% based on the car because the real listing agent, even I know some listing agent living downtown Toronto, they have a luxury car, but they don't even use a car. They work in the different condos and they're listing it. But mostly in the Markham area, we are working with the buyers. In that case, just a car is important. But at the same time, I never tell any agents, any agents to say, spend the money and buy the car. Make the money and buy the car. In the real estate industry, make money. The main reason, excuse me. The main reason, the first few sales going to be your center of influence. That's mean center of influence. I mean your brothers, sisters, uncle, auntie, friends to friends, friends to friends, or the place you go to laundry, wherever the people you know, they are the one going to come to you for the first few deals, first 6 months, I could say. You can focus that one. In that case, they know you already. They're coming with some kind of bond, some kind of friendship relationship. In that case, you don't need a brand new car right away to showing off and paying the money, $1,000, $2,000 a month. You don't need to. But work as it is first, and work hard first, and working hard is enough for you first. Later on, yes, good to have a decent car. Rather than most of them these days are buying SUVs. SUVs are good for the weather, but at the same time, the real estate salespeople under the sales is hard for the some older people to get in and get out from the car and everything. I would say the bulky cars, and or else passenger vans are much better for the showings. For the showing to the clients, van is much better. Passenger van is much better. They have enough space if more people's coming, and bigger car is good. If you have a convenient cars, only people can sit comfortably and doesn't want to get out, doesn't want to run away from you. They will sit and if you have planned to show 5 houses, they will sit with you for an hour and a half. Okay, but okay, you asked me the expenses. Yes, we can claim the car expenses. If you buy the car for lease, $800 a month, you can claim. If you make money only. If you don't make money, if you have the lease, you cannot claim the vehicle expenses. Hard to you can claim technically, but maybe that's create the audits. Anyway, I will make it short. Just if you have the lease car, I'm talking about the car right now. There are two kind of cars: electric cars as well as electric cars become famous right now. I'm talking about the regular passenger cars with the gasoline, diesel. That's called class 10.1. Those one, if you have a lease, you can use it $800 per month. That's been $9,600 can go to the car expenses as a lease expenses plus your the gas, insurance, CW membership, 407, and those kind of things. Everything you can show for the car. If you are buying the car for finance, you can show $10 a day. Only $10 a day for the finance. $10 a day mean your financing rate maybe 2%, 1%, or whatever the percentage. You can claim only $3,650 for the expenses, but plus you can do the amortization. You can do the vehicle amortization. But the new cars like a Tesla these days, electric cars. Anyway, of course you don't have gas expenses, but at the same time, government Revenue Canada giving a different class, amortizing the car for the 3 years, different code. They are giving us to the very first year you can claim up to the big amount. Regular cars you can claim only 30%. This ones can go up to 40%, I believe. Different class, different percentage of the vehicle depreciation is a different percentage for the electric vehicle. Yes, answer your question. Just you can claim the vehicle expenses. Okay, these are the major question he asked me. I became a license. What is the next step to do? I can go back and review another 30 seconds. Okay, you have a license. You have a license. Do the business card first. Once you make the business card, try to find your friend. Our business is based on sellers and buyers. First buyers, first make the business card and go with your friends and look around the houses every single day, at least 2-3 houses. And the weekend too. You don't wait until somebody come and ask you, I want to buy a house. And Saturday, Sundays, open houses. Just go with the notebook, open houses, and visit every open houses and collect the feature sheets and view what other agents are doing it. Watch what other agents are doing it. From the parking the car, his own car, where he parking until the end. Where you sign the registry, what time you sign the registry, everything note as a training session. Okay, this is the new agent supposed to do. I have more questions. First, I had to go through right now for our training, today's training. After that one, send me the question for the chat box as well as send me the chat box. And we have few more questions. Agent send me. I have another 5 questions, 6 questions, but I already spent 30 minutes. Then I'm going to go through whatever we supposed to. I send the message for you guys to learn today. After that one we can do. I'm reviewing the message again, guys. Give me a moment. Yes, today's knowledge building discussion: property transfer within families. Property transfer within families. One, property transfer within families. Second thing, different kind of power of attorney. What are the power of attorney? Because the power of attorney is important, guys. I did this. I remember I did this one in February. Believe February I did this one because every single day we having a problem with the power of attorney. Agents bring and even yesterday I got the question from one of the agent of the power of attorney. I'll discuss that one. The next one, estate planning, wills and estate beneficiary spouses will. What is the difference between the beneficiaries other than the will and the probate? We talk about that one for the continuously. The first one, the property transfer within families. Yes, property transfer within the families. Every single one ask you guys, I want to do this property transfer. But then they even ask you, you don't need to list the property because I'm transferring from my the parents to son. Okay, basically saying property transfer. Property transfer is kind of two kinds. Very importantly, we had to do this one. Okay, husband and wife property transfer in Ontario. There is no land transfer tax. Only husband and wife is the one. We don't need to pay for the land transfer tax. Anything else, we had to pay for the land transfer tax and put the new values. For example, for the father bought the property, and only his name. He want to add his wife's name. He can simply go and add the name if there is no mortgages. If there is a mortgage is involved, yes, we had to inform the mortgage company, but the father's name is still going to be there. In the case he's going to put the mother's name. In that case, whether the mother is having income or no income doesn't matter. Father is already a qualified person. Only the inform the mortgage company, and the lawyers can do the at the name person name without any values because they're already there. And the property already under the father and mother's name, they want to transfer to the kids. In that case, we have to consider a few things. Okay, they can transfer to the kids name for the property, but what's value we're going to do it? That depends on the mortgage of the property. If the mortgage of the property, maybe the father and mother bought the property for 500,000, today market value is 100,000 market value. Maybe the mortgage only 300,000. If they want to transfer to the kids for this the property, minimum value you have to go for the mortgage value. Minimum value you have to go for the mortgage value. Then only the Revenue Canada purpose. You have to go for the fair market value, even though family members. But with the family members, you can say the different reason. But minimum you have to go for a mortgage amount. Even some lawyers I've seen, they're transferring to $2 and transferring the mortgages. That's not the right one. I recently seen one of the capital gain tax issues. The parents that only one house, parent was leaving the house and they was old and they was thinking they transfer the house from the parents to the son or daughter. That's beneficial. But they transfer the property to the parent, transfer the property to the son or daughter's name for only $2 value. But that parents was leaving the house. That's a primary residence for them. When they sell it, there is no taxes. But the parents transfer it to the daughter or son. I believe they transfer to the both names, son and daughter. For the $2 only, the lawyer put only maybe the lawyer doesn't know about the tax. Lawyer said nobody the land transfer tax that particular house doesn't have any mortgages. Transferred the 3 years ago, they transferred the son and the daughter for $2. Now they put the house for the market because the parents move out to Florida. They transfer the house, they put the house for sale and they sold it for $1 million. Hope you guys understanding this topic, but I am showing. The parents transfer the house to the kids for $2 value. The kids was not living the house. Then they become as a regular property. Even rental property or no rental property became as a regular property. The time the kids sell the property for $1 million, what happened? They end up paying the capital gain for all full $1 million. This is one of the biggest mistakes. If somebody come and ask for you, we want to transfer the property to the family members, Very carefully answer it. If you don't know, tell them to go to somebody else, lawyers or accountants, to see the tax part. Then, okay, again, if the parents want to transfer it to the kids, they have to go for the fair market value, or else if the mortgage is their minimum mortgage value, and the land transfer tax they're paying. In my opinion, paying the land transfer tax rather than transferring it to $2, $10 and saving a little bit money, the end, you will suffer big loss for the capital gain side. Even if you put extra, if it's a property is not a primary residence, you want to keep it. It's good to put extra. If there is no mortgage, if you put extra, for example, there is no mortgage, they bought it for 400,000. Now they're transferring to you. Put 800,000 and pay some extra land transfer tax. That's going to help you for the capital gain part if you want to sell it one day. That's a major one for the between transfer from the family members for the properties. And the next one, okay, the next one is we're going to talk about the power of attorney. When it comes to the power of attorney, there are three kind of power of attorneys available. Three kind of power of attorneys are available. One, non-continuing power of attorney for special reason, come with expiry date. Power of attorney, that's power of attorney, non-continuing power of attorney for a special reason, come with expiry date. The power of attorney come with expiry date. Maybe, for example, the parents are going to some other country, and they say looking after the mortgage payment in the bank, or some certain works. The special reason, or listing the property for 1 year, come with expiry date, power of attorney. Second power of attorney, continuing power of attorney. Continuing power of attorney, there is no expiry date, continuing power of attorney. The third one, power of attorney for personal care. Power of attorney stand for only personal care or finance, must have 2 witness or attorney authorization for the banking purpose. Canadian lawyers authorization request for the bank. This one also kind of the first one, non-continuing power of attorney expiry date, but the second one, power of attorney without expiring date, but at the same time is limited power of attorney only for the purpose of financing or else personal care, getting the farmer, go to the pharmacy and getting the medication, or looking after the hospital needs or anything else. Those kind of power of attorney. Okay, the major one for our real estate industry, the continuing power of attorney. For example, continuing power of attorney, if somebody bring the power of attorney to list the property, our first question we ask, power of attorney, which country power of attorney? Is a Canadian power of attorney or different country power of attorney? That's the first question office asks. Second thing, the power of attorney is the major problem we have. I don't want to use the word problem, but in Canada, as per my knowledge, and I asked few lawyers, power of attorney, we don't have any central bureau. We are not going to register the power of attorney. What's the power of attorney? The lawyers give the power of attorney. We are keeping our hand. If the validity of the power of attorney is in question if it is an old one. And mostly what we do, we ask for if the power of attorney come with the lawyers. If it's a recent power of attorney, we always ask the salesperson. For example, one salesperson bringing the property to list. We always advise, if we are in order to validate the power of attorney, the transaction go to the same lawyer. If we are going to the same lawyer for the lawyer who signed the power of attorney, the list. If you go to the house, the sale process, go to the same lawyer, is going to be beneficial for us, having less problem with the title insurance companies. Second thing, the power of attorney. If somebody bring the power of attorney for 20 years old power of attorney, it's very risky for us to list the property. Then what we ask, mostly go and validate the power of attorney with the lawyers and everything. Most of the agent doesn't like it. When they get the listing, they are excited and they would list the house, and they don't want us to have any questions. But very hard for us if the power of attorney is not validated to the today's standard. My advice for our agents, we have to know why we are giving the power of attorney. The person really not in Canada, already before they leave Canada, they validate the power of attorney. Yes, or else we have to ask them to, again, if they're keeping the power of attorney and getting another power of attorney from Bangladesh or India or Sri Lanka. another power of attorney from the local lawyers, and we had to keep it together, both one. At least we can validate in that way. The major problem we are facing for the power of attorney with the sales, buyer side or seller side, facing the deal, not only the transfer, the title insurance company. Title insurance companies are very strict for the transaction because they see the title fraud. The power of attorney can easily come for the power of title fraud. In that case, sometimes the power of with the power of attorney sales, we may end up having some trouble with the title insurance company. Inform the lawyers in advance and tell the lawyers in advance to talk to the title insurance company in advance to be ready to close the transaction. I can tell you a few experience we had 2 years ago in our office transaction. The seller was in Canada. Seller was living in Vancouver, and he was closing the transaction here in Canada, in Toronto. He doesn't want to come. Then he gave the power of attorney to the parents. Son was selling it. They gave the power of attorney to the parent, but the son was in Vancouver, it's within Canada, but the title insurance doesn't want to give. Then we advised the son to go to one of the lawyer, with the Zoom with the other lawyer here. Still the title insurance gave us trouble, was delaying the transaction. I really don't know, maybe the particular property has some red mark on it in the title or anything else happened. I'm not really 100% sure. We don't want to anybody. Please, guys, don't take it as a granted and come to the conclusion we cannot close the transaction with the power of attorney. Maybe the particular property may be an issue. That particular owner came from Vancouver and he closed the transaction. Yesterday, one of the salesperson called me. He called me 3-4 times. Then I was busy time. Then I answered the call. He was panicking. He working with the buyer side, seller side, 2 sellers. One seller not in the country. The husband is signing for the power of attorney for the wife. Then he asked me, can I leave the deal? And what will happen if the deal doesn't close? I told him, you do your own work. You do your work only. Don't work somebody's job and having stress with yourself. Okay, you get the power of attorney. He doesn't need to give you the power of attorney in your hand. Tell your lawyer to get the power of attorney. Maybe you can put the condition saying that one your lawyer is verifying the power of attorney with the seller's lawyer. But we don't need to worry about those ones. That's their problem, their side of issue, to closing the transaction. Then I told our agent, you do your part and inform the lawyer right away. The one person is a power of attorney, and when the person is coming back to Canada, if they're coming back to Canada, they can sign the transaction. Maybe they're signing for the offer only. They're signing for the power of attorney. They can sign the real deal, or else validate the power of attorneys before the transaction close. Then I told him, you only do the buyer's job and let the lawyers handle the rest of the part. Okay, guys, power of attorney. If you have a power of attorney, you want to bring the power of attorney to put the sale or buy, please validate the power of attorney within a year. At least the validation, if you have a validation within a year, is good for us and good for the closing time. Any questions so far? Anybody want to stop me and ask question? Okay, that's good. That means you understand the property transfer within the family and the power of attorney. And the next one.
I have one question.
Sure, go ahead.
For the transfer, even the children, they have their primary registers. Still, they have to pay the capital gain tax.
Can you repeat the question again? I just want to get 100% in my head.
Like capital gain tax usually comes with the investment property, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you are transferring from the parents to the children, then you explain it to us, give an example that children, they have to pay the capital gain tax. That one is only in the case of investment property, or
no, I think there's a mistake here. What I said, okay, for example, the parents leaving the house, parents transferring the house to the kids. That's parents' primary residence. The person who's selling is the one paying the capital gain, not the person who buying it or getting as a gift. They are not paying the capital gain. Okay, the parents, when they transfer to the kids, they don't pay the capital gain because they are primary residents. Until now, thanks to Canada government, until now we don't need to pay for a dollar. And the parent, when the kids get the house, what I explained is sometimes the lawyers transfer to the value in order to save the land transfer tax for $2 value only. If the son or daughter, the kids are getting the house from the parents doesn't need to pay for the taxes. But at the same time, kids are getting it. If kids are get that house, if they're going to leave the house as a primary residence, that's fine. When they sell it, they don't need to pay. What are the price? But if the kids already have a house and they want to keep this house for any purposes and sell it, the capital gain tax, just they have to pay the capital gain because that's an investment property for them. Or even though vacant property, even though they're vacation property, they have to pay for the capital gain. That's what I meant.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Selvan, I have another question. When a parent can transfer to their kids, the kids are getting a disability benefit. Will that affect anything from their benefit?
No, Mohan. I sold while I was an agent. I was a selling agent. I sold 3 properties. I think I remember at least 3 clans, 3 or 4 clans. They was receiving the Ontario disability benefit, and they bought the property. Okay, this is a good question. I can spend some time for this question. It's good for everybody. Okay, the Ontario disability. As for my knowledge, guys, again, many people are listening. As for my knowledge, carefully handle it. As for my knowledge, Ontario disability department they never stop anybody to buy the house because they want you establish yourself. Okay, the disability is not a reason you're not having any asset. But at the same time, they will ask you, how did you get the mortgage with the disability? How did you get the mortgage with the disability? Okay, for example, somebody buying the property with 800,000. I go back, Mohan. I know you ask about the question, father to transferring from the parents to the kids. I just go back from the beginning. If somebody buying the property from the regular real estate agent, you can buy it, but they will ask you, how did you buy? How did you buy? If you can able to prove you buy it for 0% down payment, yes, you can do it. You can do it. They can even buy, but how much mortgages they're going to pay? That's their own problem. You can say that somebody else, you are partially living in the house and not rental. Rental is a dangerous part for the rental. Shared accommodation. Somebody is sharing the mortgage to pay. They are living with us. Careful, my word. It's not a rental. I'm not renting the basement. I'm renting the house. That doesn't work because 50% go as a direct income to them. But at the same time, somebody's sharing my house. They are living there. We are summary. Other people living there and they are sharing the money and we are paying the mortgages. Just they can do it. They can do that one. Okay. Only problem, you had to get the permission before transferring the property. You have to tell the disability department. I want to buy a house. Which case? My brother living in California, they want to give some money as a gift for me to establish myself to buy the property, and you can show the gift from your parents, grandparents, person who is disability, and he is getting the gift from some other countries or anything. That's they love that one because they want you to establish. And your question, more and directly your question, the parents going to give us a gift to the disability person. No, it's not a problem as per my knowledge. But they get the permission from the disability department. Don't need to worry. It's not welfare. We had to understand. Maybe the slips look like a welfare slip. Is everybody calling as a regular word Ontario works, but at the same time disability is different. They can't bother because you are disabled person. Sorry, the person is disabled doesn't mean the violation is there is no violation or no limitation. He shouldn't buy the house. And only thing, how do you going to have a down payment? Where is the down payment coming from? That's the only question they ask. Okay, I can share with you one experience I did. One of the person who was receiving the disability, he was asking me myself. I really need Silvana to buy a house. Then what I did myself, I gave the mortgage, 100% mortgage. I give the certificate saying that one of our office agents sold the property, is Melbourne. Then I give the written notice. That time the property is I think 2016 he bought the property for one of the former grow house. This came a little bit cheaper for 350,000 I bought, 400,000 I believe. Then I give the 100% mortgage because of the known person, and I give the letter to the disability department. This 100% mortgage because of the price and the relationship established with me for over 15 years. Some kind of letter. and they approve. After 1 year, he nobody cares. Then he went to the banks and refinanced the property. The property value went up, and he owned the property with enough equity right now. They don't care about the equity. Mohan, answer your question. Yes, they can. The people who are receiving the Ontario disability, they can. Canada disability, that's means CPP disability, they don't care. They don't ask any questions. Canada disability, CPP disability, even mortgage department, they're considering as an income. Canada disability or Canada CPP disability. Only disability, when we say they receive the disability, assuming Ontario disability, okay?
Thank you, Selva. And I have another question. Let's say
Sure,
like
go
a
ahead.
parents died. If the parents died, that house is going to go to their kids, right? They are receiving $1,500 maybe for the disability. So if the house has a mortgage, they had to qualify the mortgage, right?
Yes, they are. Okay, there are your questions combine of many questions. Parent dies doesn't mean the kid's going to get it right away. This has to go to the will,
Right.
and we had to go to the probate and estate and everything. Okay, that's my one of the thing we're going to discuss today. Then you learn. Okay, I answer your question directly. Just if they have a mortgage for one mortgage, what you had to do, we had to get somebody as a co-signer, and they had to say the person who's going to get disability person who's going to get the house for 99% and somebody going to be 1%, or else even though 99%, 1% not necessary, he can get it for 100% as a title, and a person coming to co-sign only for mortgage purpose co-signing, not for the title. He can do that one. There are so many ways, capitalist countries, there are so many ways to work out things. As long as we had to talk to the right people and get the knowledge, anything can do.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
They are giving us lots of opportunities to work around different ways to make it happen if we need something.
All right. Thank you so much.
Any question, guys, so far? Family transfer or will estate? Sorry, not estate. The power of attorney?
Yeah, I have a question. You said in one of the buyer or seller out of the country, why they need a power of attorney? They could sign from their country they live right now. They don't need a power of attorney. Only thing they need to put that in the property where the property reside, and that is the time and date they need to put it, but they could sign out of the country, right?
Siva, you're talking about DocuSign from other countries, people sign it, and mortgage document from the lawyers DocuSign. That's DocuSign method came recently, as well as until the pandemic start, the bank's document you must sign in pen and ink. They never let anybody to sign the DocuSign until 2020 March. Just now you can do it, but not everybody have a capacity to sign DocuSign. And any rural area you go there, even even Ontario. In Ontario today, you are going to the Muskoka and you are living in the cottage. You may not having enough facilities to sign the DocuSign. Okay, but the power of attorney we need it. We cannot. Power of attorney is more convenient. Yes, DocuSign you can do, Siva. Yes, the lawyers allowed already, and the Zoom meetings we are doing it as a Zoom meetings, but still. Power of attorney also part of our process.
All right.
And anyone have any other question? Okay, then I can move to we finish it now for the family transfer. Family transfer. And,
good morning, Anna. Sorry, can I ask one question? Ramjan.
Definitely, go ahead. Yeah.
Anna, for the spousal concern also, if the wife or husband out of the country, they need a power of attorney or?
Yes, they can do it. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Anna.
Okay, the next one we our topic today, the different kind of power of attorneys, estate planning, and before that one I'd like to go to this one. Under the estate planning, under the estate planning. What are the things we had to do for the estate planning, as well as the next we can talk about the probate. The probate, one of the questions Mohan asked today is based on the probate too. Then we can talk about the probate too. Now we can talk about estate planning. Under the estate planning means after a person dies, but how we going to make it for other person easy to, other person how they going to make it easy to. Okay, one of the agents sending me. Raghu Patmanathan, he's asking the permission to speak for a few minutes. Sure, Raghu, before I start estate planning, you can come out and talk.
Hi, thanks, Selva. And sorry to interrupt, guys. Just a brief intro. I have known Selvana for quite some time, and you know the leadership for business or the country is very vital. So a disclosure that I've been living in Canada for over 25 years, and currently I am involved with the Conservative Party of Canada, even though I have previously voted Liberal in my first 20 years in Canada. So the current polls predict that among the 6 candidates that are on the ballot, 3 are leading, namely Patrick Brown of Brampton, Pierre Poilievre of Ottawa, and John Cherry from Quebec. So if you see the individual profile of each candidate, the highest office Mr. Patrick Brown held as a politician is being the mayor of Brampton. And he is the current mayor, as you know. And Poilievre from Ottawa, he's a career politician, never had any private sector experience. And he was grown up in Western Canada, in Calgary. Now he is representing riding in Ottawa. And for John Cherry, he was a former Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, 3 times Premier of Quebec. And when he left the office, he had an $8 billion surplus. Also, he was the lead negotiator for the North American Free Trade Agreement, so-called NAFTA. And Mr. Cherry is probably the only reason Quebec is still part of Canada. I was in Quebec at the time when they had the referendum back in the mid-90s, and Mr. Cherry strongly campaigned to keep Quebec within Canada. So having said that, so as a Canadian, I am asking you to vote for Mr. Cherry in the leadership campaign. Last night, I had a conversation with Selva Anna and got his consent before coming here. So I'm going to post a message in this regards in our group, and I'm expecting support from you guys. Thank you.
My view, this group, 85 people was here. He asked me the permission before he come. In my view, everybody have our own political stand and political views. This Raghu's Padmanathan's own political view than my own views. But whoever want to support, this is your own you to go for it. Okay, Raghu, you understand what
okay.
my
Okay,
is,
thank you, Silvana.
As you guys know, I was supporting Gary Anand Sangari for many years in Liberal. In that case, I don't want to get involved for the office as a political side. I told him, just you can come and take 2 minutes of time and you can share your views, our group, because he's a member of our, he's one of our agents. Okay, we'll continue our side. For the estate planning, under the estate planning means, estate planning is the plan. We're going to do it after us. We're going to make it easy for our loved ones, make it easier for the wealth, whatever we earn, rather than be paying the government for extra money or probate for extra money. How we can do it, make it easier. That's called estate planning. The first point is estate planning, easy estate planning. The major problem right now, they're having the password for the computers, iPad, for cell phone, and the banks and everything. Then the number one priority they are giving for the estate planning 101 book saying all your password must be saved in secret place on the family to access to your accounts. That's a secret place. We have to keep all the password. We have written down and keep it. And where are you keeping it? You have to tell your loved ones. Then only that's a major problem they're having it now for the estate planning side. Second thing, make sure you have a will. When it's come to the will, there's a 2 kind of wills. One will is last will, other will is a living will. The difference between last will and living will, the will, they're going to use it after the person dies. After the person dies, whatever his thoughts, who is going to get, what they're going to get. That's called the last will. And the living will is a will before you die or before the person dies. What are the things he want to do it while he's in the hospital? How many days he want to stay under the life support? How much, what kind of songs he want to listen when he doesn't have memories, and those kind of things, guys. But the reason I'm saying, whatever I learn, I'm sharing it. But don't think it's a bad news in the morning we are talking about. Just the knowledge side. The last will, yes, of course, you had to have a last will. Having the last will and you don't have a last will, I'll tell you the difference. What is the difference between you having a last will and we don't have a last will? And if we have a will, it's easy for the family members who is going to be appointing as a estate planner and sharing the asset without having any problem within the family, loved ones in the family. Okay, what is the difference between the will and having the will or no will? For example, before go to the will, other important part, naming the beneficiaries. Naming the beneficiaries is important. We don't need to go through the will. Will is important if there is no beneficiaries. Beneficiaries can come only for there are certain percentage of the saving or asset or what kind of asset you have is a beneficiaries is better than the will. That's mean the example for that one, RRSP, for example. RRSP, you can say who is a beneficiary for RRSP. TSFA, insurance policies. These are the beneficiaries. If we have beneficiaries, we don't need to go through the probate. I'll tell you what this probate means. We don't need to go through the probate, and the beneficiaries can get the money immediately. Immediately, beneficiaries can get the money for the needs. They don't need to wait. That's important for the beneficiaries. The difference between the beneficiaries or going through the will is a major difference. If you can put your RRSP, go in the will, no beneficiaries, and the insurance policies, no beneficiaries, or TSFA, no beneficiaries. What will happen if you go through the will? Just will only a guide. It's not going to escape any taxes. Through the will, if anything go through the will, what we had to pay, we had to apply to the probate. We had to apply to the Supreme Court of Canada, and we had to appoint the person, and he has to go through the probate. If you go through the probate, what we had to pay? We had to pay for the probate fees. The probate fees. First $1,000, $5. First $1,000, $5. After that one is $15. After that one is $15. That's been $1 million. $1 million worth of assets. First. Sorry guys. Yeah, first $1,000. If you go for $40,250, we have to pay for the probate fees. We don't need to pay for the probate fees if we have the beneficiary's name. Beneficiary's name is a must. If anybody have RRSP, insurance policies, TSFA, put it under the beneficiaries. Under the RRSP is an important part for the RRSP. This come with the rollover clause. TSFA, there is no tax implementation. Insurance policies, there is no taxes involved. You get tax-free money. But RRSP is an issue. RRSP is an issue if the RRSP is receiving the person, who is the receiving person? If the receiving person, if the receiving person is a spouse, the RRSP can roll over to the spouse. But at the same time, the spouse must have the limit not to pay the taxes. If the spouse doesn't have a limit, she may end up pay some extra taxes on it. But anyway, but still it's good to have. TSFA and insurance policy, there is no tax involved when we transfer it. Okay. Then the beneficiary under the estate plan, first save the password, all the password to the loved ones. They should know that, and make sure to have a will, either last will or living will, and it depends on the category. And having the beneficiary's name, in the TSFA, RRSP, and the insurance policies. And RRSP is good to have the spouse as a receiving partner. In that case, RRSP, other people are going to get the RRSP as a beneficiary, but still the tax is involved. But the spouse is simply roll over. Okay. And when it's come to the probate is in Canada. When it's come to the probate means the estate administration tax. Probate fees means estate administration tax. Every provinces we have a different probate. The probate fees and probate regulation based on the province. Different province having a different issues. As I said again, I'm looking the confirming it. The prices first $1,000 is $5 up to 50,000, and after 50,000. $15. There are some exception for the asset value up to 50,000. Sometimes the lawyers might waive it without probate. The value is less than 50,000. With some certain forms to sign. But anyway, basically the probate fees I am talking about right now. And the way to apply for the probate after the person dies. Based on the will, if they have a will, if they don't have a will, there are two issues. If they have a will, is go through the will. The lawyers who handling the probate, they appoint the person as a trustee, and they apply to the courts. It takes 3 months to 4 months now to clear it out. It's not a big deal. But at the same time, how are you going to share the wealth is based on the will. If there is no will, the problem is the spouse. The spouse can get, for example, somebody have a will or no will. If they have a will, the spouse can get one of the house. Maybe the primary residence is a different size, different category, or else joint tenancy properties are different category without will. But other than that one, only the spouse can get there. Assume the person have 10 properties or 5 properties. The spouse can get all under his name. For example, the spouse can get only up to 200,000 special. Everything else has to go to the split with the kids and the spouse equal. Okay, the spouse doesn't have too much option if there is no will. And the next one for the probate side, it takes around 3 to 4 months time. 3 to 4 months time. Okay, the other part, the Canadian taxation, person who died, person who owned the property, he is the one paying the taxes. The beneficiaries are not paying the taxes. Again, my word, some agents ask me this question about the estate, whenever we list the property or sell the property for the estate, about the taxes side. The person in Canadian law, I believe in the British law, the beneficiary is going to pay for the taxes before they transfer to their side. I'm not 100% sure. In Sri Lanka, I believe the beneficiary is going to pay for the taxes before they get the property in their hand, whatever owing. But in Canada, the person who dies, for example, how that works is, say one person having a husband and wife living one property, and they are joint tenants and they are primary residents. Okay, and they have 3 properties. I did one of the probate for my friend's case less than 6 months ago. That's the reason I'm picking this as an example. 3 houses under his name only. The wife's name is not included, and his stocks and bonds, everything under his name. His wife not even in the beneficiary category for the stock. He was trading it. He was trading the stock. And he have his own name only, but he doesn't have his wife's name or beneficiary's name or anything in the stock market. And what happened? All this one going to transfer through the will. I don't know. He doesn't have a will either. All this one transfer through the 2 kids and the wife. But the fair market value. When it's come to the probate need the houses. For example, if you have 3 houses, probate need the probate department need 1 appraiser. Go and appraise the value. They can allow the 10 years experience real estate agent. 10 years experience real estate agents can give the opinion value, but always better to go to the appraiser. Appraiser go and get the value for the property. Those are rental properties. Then what happened? Immediately we had to pay for the capital gain. The property he bought it 400,000. Now it's 1.2 million. In each houses have a capital gain. The person who dies, he has to file a tax return called T3 tax return, estate tax. and he has to pay for his own money, all the capital gain before disposed to the kids and the spouse, because it's a rental properties. That's the way it works, guys. That's the way it works. And the property is a rental property. If the property is a rental property, what we have to do? The bank immediately tell to open the trust account, open the estate trust account. Under the estate trust account, the mortgage supposed to go from the estate trust account, and the rent whatever we receive has to go to that particular trust account until the probate finish. Then after that one, name change, and we can split the whoever want to get the house based on the probate and agreement can split. If you have any question, ask me. Otherwise, I have a few questions sent out this morning. I'm going to answer those ones. Anyone have any questions? All right. Other questions? The client booked the house in 2018. The value went up over 400,000. It's a detached house. What is the best way to sell after the new election? After the new regulations came April 7th. It's a good way he asking. Assignment sale or close the transaction and sell it later. The question is today, as of May 7th. As of May 7th, the owners, by his client, he booked the house in 2018. The value went up 400,000. Okay. He asking me under today's new regulations whether assignment sale to close the transaction or buy it and sell it. Okay, I tell you the difference between those two. As of April 7th, the new regulations came out, and they said they put the dates for different the transaction, different date. Most of the things are starting up 2013 January 1st, and some of them 2013 April or May. And the assignment sales, they already put May 7, 2022, the new regulation for the assignment sales starting in. That's been from today. From today, the new regulation for the assignment sale kicking in. Okay, what is the difference between before and now? Assignment sale, if somebody want to do the assignment sale, okay, the seller means the original assigner, the original buyer is assigner, need to pay HST to the government. For example, the assigner is gaining $400,000 profit. He has to pay for the HST for the 400,000. That's been the 400,000 HST. You can put your simple math, 13%, $52,000 HST. He has to pay it for the government of Canada. Who is responsible? The lawyer, assigner's lawyer is responsible for that one. And if the assigner is a non-resident, that's a new law from today's law, started today, May 7th. The assigner is a non-resident. Assignee is someone going to pay for the HST to the government. You cannot say I don't look at carefully. The lawyer is going to charge that one. And when make the forms and everything, be careful. And this is not going to be a capital gain product anymore. Assignment is going to be a business gain. Assignment is going to be a business gain. In that case, for all 400,000, you had to pay for you had to declare it as a business income. In this case, answer the question for this agent. Assignment sale is not going to help us because government want to cut down the assignment sale. Assignment sale, government gives us for the Canadians as a benefit of you are booking the place and you can afford to buy it, or the lifetime change, situation change, because the condos mostly take 5 years, so detached houses take 3 years. In that case, lifestyle change. They are giving us the chance to transfer to somebody else, not to lose money. But that's become as a big business for the people who have the money. They book it and sell it, book it and sell it. Government is cutting down that one. We had to thanks the government for that one. And good for us as a real estate salesman, it's good for us. Then we can inform them to close the transaction. Then after that one, he can sell it. From starting January 1st, if somebody closes the transaction, they had to keep it 1 year. They had to keep it 1 year. Otherwise, it's not going to get the. They had to pay for the business gain. Until January, we don't have that issue. In that case, tell them to close it in. Closing is coming here. Mark the closing coming in July. Tell him to close it in July, and you list the property. Then you have a better transaction. You can do it. And other questions. Somebody asked. Silvana, the interest rate is keep climbing up. How is that is going to be affect our business? His question is, Silvana, the interest rate is going to go up again. How is going to affect our business? Guys, how is going to affect our business? Not going to affect our business because we are salespeople. We are not investors. We are counting in the sales. We are not buying and selling houses. Any market condition, we can sell the houses and make money. Nothing going to stop us. Check every month how many sales are happening. Maybe it's going to be slight difference going to be there. But at the same time, okay, for example, where are we going to get the clients? What kind of going to get the clients is today's market? That's one going to change. For example, today's market is moving from seller's market to balanced market. In that case, who are we going to target? We're going to target mostly buyers now. The buyers are there. So how many people, percentage of the people doesn't have a house? How many people are crying, I want to get a house, I want to get a house. I don't want to die without the houses. I want to live in my own house. People doesn't have a properties. This is the time for us to do the marketing for the buyers. Go there and stand the buyers apartment buildings. Anywhere buyers live there, go and stand there and give their flyers and get the buyers and sell it, and you make more money now. Because the listing only 1% commission, most of them charge. Buying 2.5% commission we charge. In this case, all this time, if we go with the buyers, we had to wait for 10, 15 offers. And someday, if it is a 40-hour chances, only 2.5% chances. If it's 25 offers, only chances for only for 4% chances. In that case, now the buyer's market, but not buyer's market, it's a balanced market. It's not a buyer's market yet. Balanced market, just buyers. I can say even buyer's market. Buyers can go there and bargain. In so many properties we are seeing going for the list price. Don't say the market is going down and you're going to lose money. You can make more money today than before. Just go there. Only try to find the clients in the different location, different season. The fishermen go into the different season, different area to catch the fish. One day lobster and one day regular fish. Where are they going? Different area, different wind direction, different temperature. They are catching the different fish. We are real estate agent. We have to look for the different clientele. That's the only one I would say. We are not going to lose money. We're going to gain more money, guys. Everybody going to have a chance to make more money right now. Not only some people are popular on the listing, they are putting all the listing. No, you have a chance right now. Just go out. Don't worry about the market condition. Interest changes. But at the same time, if house price goes up and down, everything we take advantage. House price goes up, just as an advantage. House price goes down is still advantage because we are only salespeople. We are only selling it. Your clients come, educate your clients first. Make them, our training center is available. Bring your clients and educate your clients. Buyers, bring 10 buyers. Go to the church, go to the temples and do your flyers as a buyers. Did you miss the chance to buy the property in Canada? Right time to buy today. Go for the advertisement for the buyer side. You will make more money. Guaranteed you will be more money. We don't need to worry about it. And plus for your knowledge, you can go and Google it for the 1981 and 1992. How the interest rate was changed. We don't want to live in the pond, guys. We had to know what happened to the Canadian market all this time. The last few years, what happened is not the real Canadian market. You go and check it out. 1981, how many percentage interest rate they hike in one single day, and how much 1991, how many percentage, and the inflation rate and changing. Everything is free. Is in the information available. Just check it out and make your mind understand what happening right now is nothing. This is not the end of the world. We're going to make more money for this market condition. Definitely we're going to make money for market condition. Yes, my interest rate is going up, need to go up again. In June meeting is going to go up. But we was enjoying the 0.25% all last 2 years. That's the one really if spoil the real estate industry. Not afford for everybody. Only few people who have money only buy it for the luxury properties. Now real estate is not affordable market. What we need to have more sales. We need to have more buyers and more sellers. That's what we need. What happening in the market is very positive for us, guys. Don't think negative way. Okay, only thing you have to worry if you already sold the property and the closing is coming soon, the price value. But that's also you have to plan it right now. And tell them to advise how can they get the decreasing value where they can borrow money. There are so many private institutions available these days. Educate your clients rather than waiting until the last day of the closing and tell the appraiser to go appraisal, tell the banks to go do the appraisal right now, not 1 day, 2 days before closing and coming and getting the surprise appraisal value come 200,000 low. We don't want to wait for that one. Tell you if you already sold the property and your closing is coming up, tell the bankers to push the bankers to do the appraisal right away now. That's the way we can skip those problems. There are so many ways to closing the financing these days. So many private financing is available. You don't need to worry about that one. Do the marketing in a different direction. That's what I would say. Do the marketing in a different direction. I had 10 minutes time. One agent just sent me the message. They asked me, Selva, you did the Canada pension plan and the old age security on a few months ago. My dad is asking the question while you are in the Zoom. Can you explain me? Can you spend me 2 minutes for this one? Sure, I can do it. His question is, how much is the maximum CPP you could get today's standard per Canada? His question is, how much maximum CPP one Canadian can get today's standard? Okay, as for my knowledge, I don't have a notes with me right now. As for my knowledge, Canada pension, they're looking for last 40 years history. Out of the 40 years history, guys, out of the 40 years history, they are very fair. They are picking up 32 years. Based on the 32 years, 40 years pension plan, if you are contributing 40 years pension plan, that you are eligible for the full pension. Out of the 40 years pension, the good 32 years, the way I say good 32 years, every one person can make 20,000, 30,000, 80,000. What the way do, every year we have the pension limit. You can see the pension limit in Canada. I believe right now, without checking, I think it's 64,000, I believe. If I am wrong, guys, maybe 1 or 2,000 maybe wrong. I believe it's 64,000 or 62,000. If somebody make 80,000, 90,000, 200,000, doesn't matter. The pension ceiling is 64,000. If that's mean every year we have a pension ceiling. Okay, 32 good years, that's been very closer to the pension limit. If somebody received maximum pension limit for 32 years, sometimes if some people they don't take the pension, you can eligible to take the pension in 60, 65 is a normal pension. And if you think you want to wait 1 or 2 years, you can still wait 1 or 2 years. And if when you are 66 years, 67 years, your income goes much higher, that's going to count as the lower pension earning ages will wipe out. Okay, good 32 years having a maximum pension. The today's pension, the maximum pension one Canadian can get $1,253.59 per month. That's out of 40 years in Canada, 40 years pension contribution, 32 years under the pension limit. Okay. And the next one, old age security question he asking, old age security limit for the seniors. He's not asking the old age security pension, asking the old age security supplement. One single senior, what is the limit for the supplement? The single senior limit for the supplement is $19,348, and the couples $46,000. $46,000 for the couple. And old age security pension, as you guys know that one, Canada, as a senior, they can get 3 different kind of pension. Old age security Canada pension, whatever you contribute, you're getting back. Old age security pension, how many years do you live in Canada? Minimum you have to live in Canada 10 years. Then you are eligible for the old age security pension. That's not income based. But at the same time, not income based for the past. Income based for the today's future, I believe is $79,000. If somebody's income is more than $79,000, you starting to lose the old age security pension. That's called as a clawback. We had to pay back. And the supplement, just based on the supplement, the federal government giving us for the standard. And the last question, somebody sent me the interest rate increase. You think is going to control the inflation? That's a very serious financial question. Yes, interest rate is increasing. interest rate changes going to control a little bit of the inflation, not the full rate. Even I was reading today morning for the Financial Post, the dated May 5th. You can go and have a look. Financial Post, May 5th. According to the Financial Post, May 5th, what they're saying, the inflation, the main reason they're blaming Canada inflation, not me. I talk about the Financial Post, dated May 5th. They're blaming the child tax benefit, not even pandemic benefit. They're blaming the major part. They're blaming the major part for the pandemic benefit, not the pandemic benefit, child tax benefit. The exact word is Ottawa should rethink costly, poorly managing the child tax benefit started since 2019. The child tax benefit, they feel like they are giving out more money as a social benefit. They are giving out more money to the hands of the parents. That's making some community peoples are getting more kids and taking advantage and breaking the family, and they're becoming as a single mothers and getting more money from taking advantage of the government side. That's one of the reasons they are saying the wording the Financial Post using the word Ottawa should rethink costly, poorly targeted child tax benefit. The second thing, rising oil prices won't solve the Canada's oil and gas problem. And the third one, bigger government benefit for the less productivity, the COVID-19 pandemic benefits. Pandemic benefits, one of the they are marking three things. First, Canada child tax benefit is poorly and costly started with 2019, late 2019, and pandemic benefit without considering the inflation, without considering anything, they just pump it out the money for the pandemic benefits. That's one of the reason. And rising the oil prices. But at the same time, yes, Bank of Canada, they are going to increase the interest rate to at least bring in the standard to 2%. Answer the question as my financial knowledge, interest rate increase is one of the important part for our economy today standard. And that's controlled slightly, I can say, use the word slightly for the inflation, because the price not going to come down. Interest rate increase is going to increase the price level too. Transportation and those, so many factors are there, but proven results from 1981, 81 and 91 just increase the interest rate, reduce the inflation, but that's also created the recession side. Okay, guys, this is a serious financial topic. Please go and read the Financial Post and different information sheet everyday basis to have your answers for the clients. Today we got around 85 members, 1 point. Okay, we will continuously speak about real estate side and plus general knowledge side. Bring your questions. If everybody like to come, I'm glad to have the meeting in class, and send me the message if you like to have the class. You like to have it in the class, then we can do it in the class as well as a Zoom. And many agents tell me they really want Saturday's meeting as a Zoom meeting. In that case, they can do the open houses, they can out and they can listen. And Wednesdays, they like to have it in class. We will work on it. This for you guys, is not for me. And we will work it whatever you guys like it. Thank you so much. Thanks, Kana, again. You was arranging for the meetings for last 2 months and keep doing the Zoom, helping the Zoom. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Have a great week. Happy Mother's Day for the ladies. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Anna.
ராசா ரைட் ஷேரிங் கம்பெனி ARASA.ca என்ற இணையதளத்துக்கு சென்று ராசா டிரைவர்ஸ் ஆப்பினை டவுன்லோட் செய்து டிரைவர்ஸாக வேலை வாய்ப்பை பெறுங்கள். மாதாந்தம் $4000 வரை சம்பாதியுங்கள். வணிக நிறுவனங்கள் ராசா இணையதளத்தின் மூலம் மளிகைப் பொருட்கள் மற்றும் உணவுப் பொருட்களை விற்பதோடு வாடிக்கையாளர்களுக்கு டெலிவரி செய்யலாம். தமிழில் தகவல்களை அறியாளையுங்கள். GTA பற்றி 40 ஆண்டுகள் அறிந்து கொண்டவரும் வீடு விற்பனை துறை ஊடாக மக்களால் அறியப்பட்டவருமான சிவா பிள்ளை. 416-854-0005. Taxi broker licensed by City of Toronto.